Things are heating up, there's no doubt about that. And so in today's video, I'll be going over some altcoins that I'm bullish on, some important fundamental and technical analysis, and a lot more. So make sure that you stay tuned and watch to the very end. My name is Tom. This is Crypto Busy. If you're new to the Crypto Busy channel, come on, subscribe today and join the Crypto Busy family. Also, a like on this video is very much appreciated. And so with that all being said, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, let's check out the market. Now, the market is doing really well recently. You can see here, we're clearly above $2 trillion in the total market cap of all of the altcoins, of all the crypto that's out there in the world. And that's great to see. It's amazing to see that we're seeing the crypto world, the crypto sphere, as powerful, as rich as like the world's largest company, which is Apple. So it's insane to see that. Bitcoin's dominance is below 60%, way below 60% now, 54.5%, and Ethereum's dominance is starting to increase day by day. I also think that BINANCE coin and XRP's dominance is also increasing day by day. There will be corrections along the way, and I must stress this as well. When we're in a bull market, we're in a bull cycle, and we're seeing sort of 121% gains in 7 days and all that sort of fun stuff, there will be down days as well as the up days as well. There will be days where we see a bit of a bearish momentum and all that sort of stuff. We have to be aware of that, and we have to come to terms with that as well. So have this level mindset when we get into this. It's another thing we discuss at length on our course that we have linked down in the description below. But let's go into the market in much further detail here. You can see here in the past 24 hours, Elrond, Stellar, XRP, Dogecoin, and a lot more have been doing really well. You can see here Elrond is up 16%, Stellar Lumens is up 11, nearly 12%, and XRP is up 11% as well. Same with Dogecoin. So I'll be going over those coins and a few more as well in today's video. Really interesting stuff that's happening in the markets and the altcoins. Again, we're in some form of alt season recently. This is really interesting to see. So we have an altcoin day, altcoin month. Are we getting into an altcoin year? Comment down below what your thoughts and opinions are. Are we getting into an altcoin year? Is this year the year of altcoins? I'd love to know what you guys have to say about that and a lot more. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at CryptoBusy. It's a great crypto community on Twitter, and our Telegram group chat with over 16,000 members. This is absolutely insane, guys. 16,000 members actively and passionately discussing cryptocurrencies. So we'd love to see you over there as well. Links down in the description below. Let's talk about alt season, because that's what the alts are doing recently. They're doing really well, and everybody's rushing into the altcoins. And so again, at Crypto Busy, we're big fans of the altcoins. We've been discussing about it for years now at this point. We've been discussing about it since 2018. We've been in the market since 2017 as well. And we just love the altcoins because we feel, and we also feel like we know, none of this is financial advice. We feel that there's better return on investments with the altcoins compared with Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin is cool and we all love it and everything, but the real fun is where the altcoins are at the end of the day. So altcoin season index was certainly in some form of alt season right now. This is great to see. It's not always 100% accurate because it did say it was an alt season last August. And yes, there was a bit of price action, but it's mainly all about Bitcoin recently. And then it was, going up until about sort of a Bitcoin season back in November. They're getting into the new year as well. And now we're sort of getting into a really interesting alt season here. Yes, it's saying it's alt season. You can see here as well with the other cryptocurrencies that are doing really well recently. So again, comment down below all of the altcoins that you're in at the moment. Which ones are you bullish on? I'd love to know what you have to think about that as well. But again, I'll leave this one linked down in the description below as well. VC funds bullish on crypto, increase investment in blockchain startups. This is a big thing. I think that VC is getting into crypto, and also hedge funds, and also Wall Street. All of these sort of things, and these big institutions that have a lot of money and a lot of power as well, getting into Bitcoin, getting into cryptos. This is really important for the crypto space. And I think we'll see this market cap increase as we go out through this year. I think we could be seeing a top around sort of the $4 to $6 trillion, potentially that sort of region there. So let's talk about some altcoins. The first one I want to go through in today's video is Dogecoin. We're soon to be reaching 10 cents. This would be absolutely insane for Dogecoin and for the Dogecoin community as well. As you can see, Elon Musk tweeted out the other day, going to the moon very soon. So does this imply that Dogecoin is going to go to the moon very soon? Could we see a $1 Dogecoin? You can see, just looking at the chart, it is certainly a meme coin. It went out of nowhere all the way up to this where it is right now. Really interesting price action, certainly that is for sure. And you can see here the all-time high was just a few days ago, actually, back in February of this year, and that was sort of 8.5 cents, nearly 9 cents of a dollar. And we could see it go to 10 cents throughout April. I feel that April will certainly be one of those months where we're going to see a lot of interesting movements for the altcoins, some bullish movements for the altcoins. And so that's the first one, which is Dogecoin. So where do you think Dogecoin can go? Comment down below. Be very interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. Let's talk about everybody's favorite coin, and I mean everybody loves it. It's the bankster scam coin XRP. I'm joking, but it's XRP, and it's currently doing some really interesting moves recently. You can see here, $1.49 was the high in the last 24 hours. It's currently trading at $1.33, so it's up 11%. It's had some really interesting price movements recently, as you can see, from where it is back in 2017 all the way up into this sort of bear winter that we've seen, and now we're getting into the sort of this bull cycle right now, coupled with the SEC lawsuit that we're seeing. Really interesting stuff with XRP. So I've identified a sort of a slowdown zone. If you can see here, the major price action for XRP, this sort of 5% out of all of the timeline that you can see right now was back in 2017. This is the last alt season that we saw. 2017, 2018. This is the beginning of 2018 here. And this is when XRP went to $3.30 according to Bitstamp, but on other exchanges went to something like $3.80. And so I feel that right now, if we look at sort of the areas or the key areas to be aware of, again, another thing that we go into in our course, identifying key areas. You can see here that there's a key area here between sort of $2 and, again, sort of the all-time high on Bitstamp, which is $3.30. I think there'll be another key area around sort of the $3.80. So that'll be sort of a major area of resistance. I feel, in my opinion, that there's little resistance from the 79 cents all the way up until the $2. But I think before then, we'll see a bit of selling pressure for XRP before we get into this slowdown zone that I've identified here, that I think there will be a bit of a slowdown zone while we get up to $2, going into these sort of new areas here. So this is a really important thing to be aware of in psychological levels as well. $2, maybe even $2.50, $3. Those will be key psychological levels to be aware of when it comes to anything really, especially with XRP. That's the first thing there. So very little resistance from now until $2 in my opinion. But again, there will be corrections along the way. I think this trend line you can see here, I think it'll be correcting on this trend line as we go. So we could see it correct maybe $1.15. That's another sort of key figure to be aware of. $1.15, $1.10, and also $1 as well. These are key areas to be aware of, and we'll keep you up to date. We'll keep you up to date on that in much further detail. If you want to get a much clearer picture of what's happening in the markets and a lot more, be sure to check out our CryptoBusy VIP coin calls. It's all linked down in the description below. It's all on Discord, and it's a great crypto community on there as well. And there's fundamental analysis, there's technical analysis. Every 2 weeks, Josh and I go on a webinar and we could discuss with you guys, interact with you guys, and we talk about what the market is doing, what the coin calls are doing as well, and a lot more. We'd love to see you on over there, and it's a great crypto community on there. So, and it's linked down in the description below. Let's talk about some other cryptocurrencies. I'm going to talk about Stellar, and I'll also be talking about Elrond and reserve rights. So, Stellar Lumens is an interesting one. You can see here it's coupled with XRP because there's a bit of history. The co-founder, one of the co-founders of XRP or Ripple, is the founder of Stellar Lumens, and that's a guy called Jed McCaleb, and he's been selling a lot of XRP recently, and I think he's starting to run out of his XRP. By selling his XRP over these years, he's now a billionaire, but he's soon to be running out of his XRP, so that is interesting. He's been dumping on the market every single month, and once he runs out of that, then there's going to be very little selling pressure from his end, and it could be coupled with Stellar Lumens. There's a lot of shady stuff going on. I saw a video from BitBoy the other day talking about Stellar Lumens and XRP. It's a really interesting video, and it's sort of really interesting insight as well on what could happen with Stellar Lumens. So what is happening with it? I'll leave this one linked down in the description below, again, so you can check it out for yourselves in much further detail. In my opinion, overall, once XRP rises, and it does rise, Stellar Lumens will rise as well. It will rise with it because, again, sort of that history, that sort of duality between the two, and a lot more. So let's go into Elrond. Elrond is very interesting. It is sort of a major competitor to Zilliqa. Well, Zilliqa is also a major competitor to Elrond. They're in competition with each other with this idea of the sharding on the blockchain, to split up the blockchain into infinite amounts, to put as many transactions as you want in theory, which is really interesting to see, and I think will also be good for when central banks across the world want to adopt some form of stablecoin. This could be the underlying technology. Also, Zilliqa could be the underlying technology for these sort of central banks and digital assets that we could be seeing in the future. This is really interesting stuff, great technology, and I think it's also reflected in the prices as well. It's already up, which is absolutely insane. It is already up 600% in 3 months. And according to this article here, it might explode. It might still explode to sort of even high levels as well. We've been talking about Elrond for quite some time, and I think we were talking about it ever since it was like $8. So you can see here on this chart here, back in November of last year, we were talking about it. Back in November, it was below $8, and you can see here it absolutely exploded. It's got a very good chart here. You can see here it's had a massive price upwards, and then it's had a bit of a correction. That's good to see that correction there, and you can see here sort of healthy price action as we go ahead into the next stage, which is good to see in my opinion. So that is Elrond. Again, I'll leave all the articles linked down in the description below for that particular one there. Let's talk about reserve rights. This is the last one to talk about in today's video. Reserve rights, again, it's a very interesting cryptocurrency. In my opinion, it's relatively new as well. You can see here, these are two sort of trend lines that I identified. This is a very strong trend line in my opinion, and this is sort of a weaker trend line. As you can see here, that's the sort of trend that we're seeing with RSR. But I do think this is a coin that is severely undervalued in my opinion. We've been discussing about it before, and in my opinion, I'll also be doing some more videos about RSR in the future. But it's an amazing ecosystem that it has, a great technology, great team behind it, and these coins, in my opinion, can go to new all-time highs. So RSR, Elrond, Stellar Lumens, XRP, Dogecoin, all of these cryptocurrencies are hitting new all-time highs and going to be hitting new all-time highs, in my opinion. I think also with XRP and Stellar Lumens, these will be cryptocurrencies that will be hitting new all-time highs. We just have to have that patience. There will be corrections along the way. We have to have that level mindset when it comes to it. But in my opinion, the market is doing really well so far. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. All of that's important stuff. And again, at Crypto Busy, we'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening in the market. And again, we're very thankful for the community and also the opportunities that you've provided us as well. So again, a lot more content. Make sure that you stay tuned, subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and comment down below all of your thoughts and opinions. There's a lot more content coming for you guys in the upcoming weeks and months. And yeah, it's interesting times ahead. That is for sure. So that's it from me in today's video. Also be sure to check out all the links in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.